The Prince Who Slept for 2 Decades. On July 19, 2025, in the heart of Riyadh, a silence fell across the kingdom. Prince Al-Waleed bin Khalid bin Talal Al-Saud, known across the Arab world as the Sleeping Prince, had passed away. It was not just the end of a life, it was the closing of a story that had gripped a nation for 20 long years. A story of hope, heartbreak, and a father's love that refused to let go. A life of promise. Born in April 1989, he was royalty by blood, but a soldier by choice. While training at a prestigious military academy in London, fate struck cruelly. August 2005. A devastating car crash, severe brain trauma, and from that day forward, the young prince never opened his eyes again. Doctors said there was no hope, but his father, Prince Khalid bin Talal, would not believe it. Night after night, year after year, he sat by his son's side, defying medicine, defying time itself, whispering only one truth: Allah's will prevails over medicine. For 2 decades, the world watched as a father's love became legend. A quiet branch of the royal family. Prince Al-Waleed came from the Talal branch of the royal family, a line once known for courage and reform. His grandfather, Prince Talal bin Abdul Aziz, was called the Red Prince, a voice for change within the kingdom. That made Al-Waleed a great-nephew of King Salman and kin to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. While the kingdom raced towards modernization under MBS, Al-Waleed remained untouched by time, a still shadow in a rapidly changing world. Whispers of a miracle. Then, whispers began. A video emerged. The prince's finger moved. A year later, another clip. His head turned, ever so slightly, at his father's voice. The world gasped. Was it reflex, or was it divine will? Doctors warned it was nothing more than involuntary motion, but to millions it was a sign, a miracle. From Jeddah to Jakarta, Hyderabad to Kozhikode, prayers rose for the prince who slept and the father who waited. Ties that transcend borders. His passing touched not only the kingdom, but beyond. Among the 2.4 million Indian expatriates in Saudi Arabia, his story had long been known, a tale of devotion that crossed every barrier. It echoed the bond between two nations, between Saudi Arabia and India, between leaders, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who have built a bridge of trust, friendship, and faith. And when the sleeping prince died, it wasn't just Saudis who mourned. It was everyone who had prayed for a miracle and lived to see hope endure, even without an ending. More than a prince. Prince Al-Waleed never married. He left behind no heirs, but his life became something far greater than bloodlines or titles. He became a symbol of endurance, of faith, of the quiet grace found only in suffering. His story forced a region to ask hard questions. What is the meaning of life when one cannot live it? Where does faith end and medicine begin? But for Prince Khalid, there was no question. His son's coma was not tragedy. It was a test of faith, a test of love without end. A farewell fit for a son, not a prince. When the news broke, the kingdom wept. Senior royals gathered for the funeral in Riyadh. Mourners filled the mosque, strangers, yet bound by one emotion. Online, tributes poured in. Some wept for the years lost. Others found peace in knowing his suffering was finally over. Among the Indian nurses and caregivers who had tended to him for years, the grief was deeply personal. They had prayed for him, cared for him, whispered, "Wake up, my prince," again and again. The legacy of the sleeping prince. Prince Al-Waleed leaves behind no empire, no riches, no political legacy. But he leaves behind something far greater, a reminder of how fragile life truly is, of how strong love can be, and of how faith can endure even when hope seems long gone. In a world driven by ambition and change, he stood as a still point, a mirror of patience in the storm of progress. His story ends, but his memory will whisper on, in prayers, in hospital corridors, and in the hearts of all who kept faith beside him for 20 long years. The sleeping prince has finally awakened to eternal peace.